Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse. We're getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot as usual. Sometimes we're here early. Sometimes we're here at 9:15. But for the most part, 80-90% of the time, we're right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So let's get rock and rolling today. Bitcoin consolidates after a 39% drop, right? So it's consolidating. I know the after price came all the way back down to $60,000, many people got very excited about the push back up to $72,000. So, but like we talked about in the past live streams, consolidating, letting the trending dots catch up, right? So that's quick. That's a quick recap. No, we got a lot more to cover. We usually spend about 30 to 45 minutes on Bitcoin, go through the daily chart, weekly chart, 2-week chart, monthly chart. First half of the live stream, we'll cover Bitcoin, altcoins, stocks. Second half of the live stream, we will cover your chart requests. So make sure to put in the correct the ticker symbol, the asset name, the asset class, all the details, so I can search for it quickly and then keep the live streaming. So help me, help you, help me with the algorithms. Smash the like button, comment, repost the stream, share with your friends and family, all that stuff. So let's jump right into it. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. And the bottom is in crew, was calling it back here in November. This whole entire time we were talking about, we expect a bounce, we expect a relief rally. And we were talking about, since it was only a 36% correction at the time, compared to 2022, when it was like a 52% drop, that had a much larger percentage higher relief rally of like 46%. This was a lot lesser of a drop. So we were expecting a lesser relief rally. And in hindsight, it hit the exact same two retracement targets as it did in 2022. So we had that target box laid out since over here. We were talking about it. Relief rally. Came up, hit both targets, hit the target box. They had two major reasons why it could retest that, and it did. And then it started to roll back over. And then, of course, we were all over it with, there was a pending sell signal. Could be a close below the trending dots. Could be close below the upward sloping trend line. And then it was. Kind of battle, retest. And then the big drop down, right? 39% drop from wick to wick. It was like 38.6, whatever it was, rounding up to 39%. Then after this big move down 60,000, actually, let's rewind the tape just a second. We talked about, even over here, that $81,000, said from 81,000 to 66,000, it could be a very fast drop. Similar to a short squeeze, but the opposite, right? So squeeze the longs. So if it is a short squeeze, it'd be a long squeeze, right? So the long squeeze from 81,000 to 66,000 could happen very quickly. We talked about that. I posted it on X as well. And in hindsight, that was true. It was possible that we could see a very fast move and see billions of long liquidations get liquidated very quickly. And it did. And then it kind of stopped for a second. And I posted that indeed, it did wipe out a lot of billions of long liquidations, but we could see it liquidate all the way down to 60,000 and even like the 59 or 58,000. And of course, on this exchange, it shows 60,085, but on another one, I think it wicked down below 60,000. So, and then we drew this out, consolidate, right? Could the bottom be in? Sure, it could be, but the momentum is to the downside on higher time frames. The monthly chart is bearish. The 3-week chart is bearish. The 2-week chart is bearish. The weekly chart is bearish. And the daily chart is bearish. So could the bottom be in? Yeah, I guess it could be. It could be a small possibility, but the probabilities are stacked in the favor of the bottom is not in, that we are just consolidating, and that we're going to see lower prices, right? That's like it doesn't seem likely to me whatsoever that the bottom is in. Could have the bottom been in over here? Sure, it could have been, but it wasn't likely. And our main thesis was that we're going to come back down and retest the 200-week moving average. This is a SMA actually, but the 200-week moving average before we see a new all-time high. And that thesis wasn't put out yesterday. That was put out back here October 8th and October 10th, right? So that was our main thesis, and it still remains that. So we got very close to it, but we have not hit it yet. Oh, my nose is running. We either battle through it, or we have to battle through it, but I have to battle through it or go wipe my nose or take an allergy pill, I guess. So maybe all of the above. Maybe all of the above. Blah, blah, blah. So on this manic Monday, did anyone do anything fun for the Super Bowl? We just hung out with the baby at home, and we didn't go anywhere. So ordered food. Whatever. We ordered food from one of our favorite spots. Got some kebabs, got some Mediterranean food. So all good stuff. Hummus, pita bread. Ooh, spicy hummus. Yum, yum. Where we at? Good morning, good morning, good morning. London, UK, not so sexy news, aka Lawrence. What's up? Welcome back. Thanks for always commenting on both apps. I appreciate you. Lucky Look 7159. Welcome back. What up? Part-time trader on YouTube saying BC going down to yeah. So in 2022, we had targets down to 16,000, target 5, right? And target 5 was hit. And we have target 5 on our chart now, which would be at about 40,000. But there were several YouTubers when there was starting to be bullish divergence, when the ship was starting to turn around, they were calling for $3,700 Bitcoin and using Amazon fractals back in 2022. And we were saying it's starting to look like the bottom is forming. Could still take some time out. This is like November 2022, December 2022. And then January 4th, I was buying the right dip at 16,800. So the whole purpose of this is buying the right dip, waiting for the ship to get turned around, right? And of course, at 16,000, we're going to take it level by level. That's what I'm always going to do. I'm going to take it level by level. And we have targets. Prices hit Bitcoin has hit target 3, longer term target 3, almost hit longer term target 4, almost hit the 200-week moving average, and we still have target 5 as a possibility as well. And we talked about this on previous live streams that it's possible we break below target 5 if, and it's a big if, Bitcoin experiences a larger dot-com bubble like crash or a 2008 like crash, because Bitcoin has never experienced that ever in the history of Bitcoin. So, but until we get to that, until we cross that bridge, it's, 25,000, 15,000, 10,000. It's like I'm aware of it, but it's not on my radar yet. So 3,300 is definitely not on my radar. It would have to be a major market crash for that to be on my radar. It's not on my radar, but I guess anything is possible. But until we cross that bridge, I'm not thinking about that yet. So got to stay neutral. You don't want to get overly bearish. And at $126,000 Bitcoin, you don't want to get overly bullish, expecting 250,000 in October of 2025 by the end of 2025, or 500,000 or $1 million Bitcoin by the end, right? You want to remain neutral and look at it through a clear lens. I mean, you could throw out any prediction in the future and get clicks, right? Oh, it's going to be it was go back to October 2025. Oh, we're going to hit $250,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. Here we are, February 9th, 2026. 5 months later, and Bitcoin's at $70,000. So, or you could say Bitcoin's going to hit $3,300 by the end of, by next year. Okay. I mean, it's possible, but we'll see. We'll just stack the probabilities. We'll cover it in real time. And whether it's at 3,300, 25,000, 40,000, or 52,000, whatever it is, whatever the bottom turns out to be, we'll be there to buy the right dip. So patience. Mighty Kirk, what's up? Market Sniper in the house. Good morning. By the way, we updated, we moved the screener over to the charting system. So we'll take a look at that. And I found a couple bugs, so we'll get those fixed tonight. But pretty cool things happening, Money Kirk. Go check it out. If you ever find a bug or something that we need to update, message me or Apilix in the Discord, and we'll get it worked out. But interested to know if you're using that or not, and if you like the charting system that we rolled out. Speaking of which, we're going to get into a lot more of the longer term targets for Bitcoin. It's just consolidating right now, but we're going to cover longer term target 4, target 5, and the higher time frames. So stay tuned. But we've never taken $1 of affiliate money. We don't have any sponsors, so we're just going to do a quick plug over here on quick plug over here on Market Sniper Pro, right? So of course you can access it over here, Market Sniper Pro, or my profile on X. You just click the website, right? Pretty easy. It's the only link we have, so don't get scammed out there. It's the only thing that we have. Features, we got to probably update this. I haven't even looked, but we might have to update it just because things are moving quickly. We continue to add stuff. The charting system, which now has the built-in screener. So we remove the screener because the screener is built into the charting system. So crazy stuff happening, right? We have our own charting system. We're still using TradingView as a bridge. We have our own online community as well, but we're still using the Discord as a bridge because there's still things that TradingView and the Discord can still do that our internal system cannot do yet. So a couple things I want to point out on our own trading charting system. We You can build a watch list. You got the screener over here, alerts, and sniper assist coming soon. That's still the admin only, but it's all built into the charting system. So you can draw on here like shapes, trend lines, the cursor, patterns, positions, anchor VWAP, stickers, all that stuff, right? Magnet. We have a lot of stuff going on. But the key stuff is this: indicators. Here are all the indicators so far on here, and you can filter it by sniper. Like this is our own sniper indicators. We built it on TradingView first, so we had to build it on PineScript, and then we took those indicators that we built based off of my strategy. We didn't build a strategy off of an indicator. We built indicators off of my strategy. So we took the PineScript indicators that we had built and we built it into Python code and we built it into our own charting system. So you can filter it by sniper. Obviously, you get access to TradingView indicators built by us, but then also it's already built into our backend portal. Trendline, as you can see, these are automated built-in trend lines. I didn't draw these trend lines. So you can draw them yourself, but we also have the indicator that you could do auto trend lines, right? So I have the auto trend lines on here. And you can see with our built-in indicator, it's got the buy and sell signals on it. It's got the reversal candle on here. It doesn't always mean it's the bottom, but it's like another warning sign, right? So it's getting overbought, orange candles, reversal candle. So orange candles followed by a reverse candle. In hindsight, that was the top. In hindsight, it's not 100%, right? Sell signal again up here at $110,000. In this case, I just have a 200-day moving average on here for overall trend as well. But sell signal starting to get oversold. Reversal candle still oversold. Relief rally. The relief rally was sold off. Another sell signal, just like the TradingView setup, right? Auto drawn trend lines. So I didn't even draw this, and it broke down, back tested it, came all the way back down, starting to get oversold again, reversal. Now it's consolidating. This is all built into our backend portal. So we're still using TradingView as a bridge for like full automation, still using TradingView for full automation. We're not there yet. But if you're doing like basic manual trading, like on our own platform, that's all included, and you don't want to pay for TradingView, we have a lot of tools already built into our own platform. So it's going to get better and better. And of course, TradingView has, shout out to TradingView. TradingView has a lot more symbols and all that stuff. But this is the worst that it's ever going to get. We're going to continue to make it better and 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 better, right? For fun, just to show you, it's got like Ichimoku cloud, and you can you can change the style, you can change the settings, right? And it comes on here. So whatever you're into, I've never used it for trading, but we have it on there. And what else? Momentum, volume, of course, all the volume guys, stuff like that. And then you come over to the screener. and you can screen it. You can add on RSI divergence, bullish or bearish. You can add on MACD divergence, bullish or bearish. You can add on RSI and then select it, say crossing up, and you got just say like 49 as an example. I'm just throwing in a random number now. And it's going to filter down, right? It's going to filter down, and then you can select it, and it's automatically going to chart it. So you got the screener built in to the charting system, and you can see that there must have been bullish divergence, right? Go to Neo. You got the whole list here. Of course, keep adding filters and filters and filters and filters. But big drawdown. You can see this most likely bullish divergence that got picked up on RSI and the MACD, and then it was breaking out of the downward trend line. I didn't draw this trend line. It's drawing it for us, right? Back above this support over here. So it's drawing it and got rejected. As you can see, a buy signal got rejected at the 200-day moving average. So alerts, create an alert. And then, of course, sniper assist. So that's not out yet. But for example, you go to BTC. If you want to type in BTC, it's going to chart it for you, right? And then you'll be able to come over here and like sniper assist. This is going to get so crazy, right? I was playing around with it again this morning. Analyze, scoping, targeting, thinking, analyzing, thinking, analyzing. Earlier, it was saying scoping, targeting, sniping, right? So even we trained it on 70 plus hours of recorded coaching videos. We trained it on like 7,500 chart posts that I've done over the years. And we've built in the terminology and everything based off of a market sniper. So it's the AI is analyzing through the lens of a market sniper, not just some random AI. We're continuing to train it and build it through the market sniper lens. So it's going to give you all of this analysis. Right? So of course you want to still do your own, but this is the worst that it's ever going to get. And this isn't rolled out yet, but we're going to be rolling out the AI soon. And eventually we're not going to be able to keep charging $49. So there you go. But this is the worst it's ever going to get. Of course, we still have the dashboard. Of course, we have the setups. We got the community, and we've got the recorded coaching all in there. So if you still want to learn yourself, right, we're building it all into the algorithms. But you can still go and watch 70 hours of me talking, right? And coaching the live coaching crew. So that's that. Now, back on, we're going to get into the weekly chart, all that stuff. So let's go over here. Let's look at the weekly chart. It's still ultra bearish on the weekly chart, aka oversold. It can remain that way, right? It can remain that way. What that means is that it's not going to turn right back around and go make a new all-time high. So anyone that is posting that is either doing it for clicks only. They truly don't understand momentum. The momentum is to the downside on the higher time frames. Just as the momentum was to the upside over here, and the perma bears were fully on the wrong side of things, because the momentum is to the upside. The momentum is to the downside. So it's not going to just flip around tomorrow and go make a new all-time high. Either you truly do not understand momentum whatsoever, or you're only doing it for bullish clicks. I've proven it time and time again. The bullish clicks outperform bearish charts, even in a bear market. They lose credibility, but they still get more clicks. I always say heading into a bear market, you're going to see the separation. You're truly going to see the separation of who knows and who doesn't know, right? That was proven in 2022 and it was proven again in 2026. So, but many don't care because they're just looking for bullish clicks. And that's okay. Whatever you're into. But I always vow to show you what I see in the charts, bullish or bearish, right or wrong. So here we are. Weekly chart continues to be ultra bearish. 2-week chart continues to be bearish. The red trending dots, the momentum is to the downside. Red trending dots, similar to 2022, continues to trend downward to the downside, right? Lucky look 7159 given open claw or clawed bot. Yes, I have. Yes. So Saturday, wifey took baby to the, well, she's 19 months old now, but 19 and a half months. But took baby to the library. She loves it there. They sing. It's weird. They sing, read together, like 30 kids. She loves it. Like sends me videos of her clapping and stuff like that. It's awesome. So yeah, I'm fully set up. I think it's what it's called. I'm running my own AI node officially since Saturday. Now, I've just had it run a very first like rookie type it performed one task for me so far. So but yeah, it performed a task for me after as you can see down here in the bot just below my cursor, Telegram. So I can't pull that up. Let me get rid of this. Yeah. So on Telegram, I communicated with Telegram, and now today is going to be the next level. So I have 3 levels mapped out. Obviously, first one was get it set up and run a quick prompt test, and then second is going to be the deployment of X, and then the next level is deployment of Y, and then I have other ideas too, and that would be the deployment of Z. So X, Y, Z. So that's where we're at. Yeah. I'm running my own AI node. Oh yeah, on my Mac Mini. So try to go as security as possible. I'm not tech savvy. I know we have a lot of tech, but I'm in my mid 40s and I don't think I'm very tech savvy. There's 20-year-olds, early 20s that would run circles around me. Now I'm not a boomer either, and and I don't refuse to try to adapt. I try to adapt, but what takes me 2 hours could probably take you 30 minutes. But 2 hours just going slowly through it, make sure that, you know, pretty much as secure as possible. So yeah. Cam, good morning. DFox 974. Hey man, you said in the past you previously traded Forex markets. Do you still take some trades on this? No, I haven't in a while. I've gone more futures since January 2023. I've gone more and more futures. So no, I even had a trading bot on Forex, but I've gone more futures since then. So I haven't taken a trade on Forex in a while. But I'm not opposed to it. And the end game or the end goal may be 4x at some point. Maybe. I don't know. But it's on the radar. But futures right now. Futures. Yes, sir. The sniper Yeah. The sniper screener built in through the lens of a sniper. It's gonna be good stuff. It's gonna be good stuff. It's gonna be good stuff. So, um, oh, and the AI assist, right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Not for long though, Mighty Kirk. Not for long. Based off of what we have already, AI strategy says we should be charging 199. All the AI research that I've done, people charge 149 to 199 for lesser. So we're at $49. And if I charged more, I probably would have spent more time like helping the AI roll out, but those API costs add up. So, you know, we have a lot more API data arbitrage that we could do. They cost thousands of dollars. So we have to keep, you know, we'll keep reinvesting subscriber money, but we don't want to go negative, right? We don't want to go negative. So we're doing it step by step. And this is the worst that I told you 3 months ago. It's the worst it'll ever be. And it's continued to get better after 3 months. So, yep. Origin Trail. Is that stock or is that crypto? Well, we'll take a look. Caesar, good afternoon. Welcome back. Market Sniper over there. Woo, Caesar. Have you been on the website portal, Caesar? Are you do you have any questions on it? I know. Well, it's not on my laptop. It's not on my laptop. It's on it's in its own Mac Mini sandbox. It's in its own Mac Mini sandbox. And I don't even know what that fully means, right? But I do. I'm not an expert on it. I'm a novice for sure. Rookie. I'm a rookie. Pick one. Hims or Hood. Which one do you want? I don't DCA, but we could look. Between 4, yeah, that'd be around target 5. It's monthly or yearly. I mean, it's on the website. So you just have to go to over here, plans. $49 a month, cancel anytime. There's no refunds though. So when you're selecting monthly or annual, there's no refunds. If you cancel anytime you want. But it will just run out till the end of the month. So if you cancel, say if it renews, say if you signed up today on February 9th and you're like, this isn't for me. Okay, cool. And you cancel it yourself, it'll cancel before the March 9th. But you would still have access to everything till March 9th. So on the annual, if you cancel, that's the only risk, right? So some people might go $49 first and you try it out for a month or whatever, and then you switch to the annual and you would save 2 months. But this is why probably the most popular is $49 a month, and you'll be grandfathered in. So, when I go to increase prices, the $49 a month, you'll be locked in for as long as you have an account. So, because we're not going to be running Black Friday deals. This is your Black Friday quarter so far. We've been live for 3 months on the revamp. We've been doing this since 2022, but but the annual, you can cancel anytime, but it's going to run through the whole year. So we're not going to do refunds. Well, we're just making it more and more clear that we're going to do that. So, Hims, you got it. We'll come back to it. Yes, 100%. 100% grandfather. So the reason why we're running it lower is because we're continuing to update it. We're continuing to beta test, and there's going to be a bug here or there. Like, for example, I caught a bug the 200-week moving average, right? That the bug is going to get fixed tonight. I caught it because we updated the whole system last night, and the bug is that you can switch from the 200 day or the 200 week with the chart itself, but it wasn't switching over if you wanted to keep a 200 week moving average on the daily chart. So a small tiny issue. We don't want those tiny issues if we're charging $199. So $49, you're a pioneer. You're pioneering all of these features in real time, and you can give us feedback, and you can help us mold this product, right? And you can help us mold everything. Give us feedback. We're accessible. You can direct message me or Apilix, and give input and help us make this amazing, right? Help us make this amazing and tell us where there might be a tiny issue or whatever for $49. By the time it's all worked out, if you're waiting for it to be all worked out, cool. That's awesome. It'll probably be $199 at that point. So that's that. Yeah, no, we don't have that, but the annual automatically renews. So you could literally lock in to that and it would renew 10 times and it'd be like it comes out to like $40 a month. So I actually don't want people to sign up for the yearly, but we do. We probably have like, I'd say we'll just round it to 20. I was going to say 18%, but it's like 20% of the people sign up for the annual. But I actually prefer the monthly. I don't know. I just like the monthly better. USDs are, yeah. I would like to join, but only from next month. Well, yeah. Well, hopefully the $49 still remains. I'm not sure. Maybe a month. I don't know. I've been great. Greetings. Yep. I've been great. Awesome. Welcome back. So the 2-week chart is still bearish, almost tagged the 200-week moving average. Still bearish, momentum to the downside, had all that bearish divergence. There's no V-shaped recovery happening right now. The momentum is to the downside. 3-week chart remains bearish. Momentum is to the downside. Red trending dots, the second one. Price still kept coming down. And then by the time the 3-week chart was getting back into the trending dots, it was February 2023, right? So it's going to take time for the ship to get turned around. It's going to take time. Like if you were, I don't think I could clone that. So let's see. Here's what I could do. Watch. Right? Watch this. It's going to take time for the ship to get turned around. So if the red trailing dots were like that on the 3-week chart, and then it starts getting, obviously I didn't wait for the 3-week chart, but if you're a longer term investor and you're swing trading that instead, like buying when it's back above the trailing dots and then selling when it's back below the trailing dots would have outperformed most. That would still be a 234% increase. Just imagine on the 3-week chart if that was your strategy, right? Your strategy would have been, okay, you bought one Bitcoin at 27,000, right? 3-week chart closed above the train dots and had a buy signal. And then you're like, okay, if we get a candle close below the trailing dots, I'm gonna I'm gonna close the position. And you would have bought for 27,000. You'd have gone to cash at 94,000, and you'd be sitting in cash right now, collecting 3, 4, 5%, whatever you're doing, right? And then by the time it comes back around again, and this could be a lot lower, right? Obviously. And say price came all the way back down like that, and then pop back above. Then you turned one Bitcoin at 27,000 into like 1.5 Bitcoin, just off from the 3-week chart. But then if you bought down here, say, based off of the daily chart, you'd almost have 2 Bitcoin. So 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. That's true. 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. Well, if you turn 1 Bitcoin into 2 Bitcoin, right? Then 1 Bitcoin is 2 Bitcoin, and 2 Bitcoin is 2 Bitcoin. Isn't that better, right? So, I don't know. To each their own, but that's just an idea. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way, like making fun of me for pronouncing your name, and in return, you misspell my name on purpose. That's the 3-week chart, still bearish. Monthly chart, still bearish, right? That's what we're watching. So that's the monthly chart. 3-month support, nearly tagged it, got very close. The 200-week moving average comes in there. 6-month support on the 6-month chart. Got all the targets over here. Bitcoin. JO, let's go. Iova 61. What's up? What's up? What's up? What are your thoughts on app for short? We'll circle back. We'll come back to it. Maybe there's a Super Bowl Sunday hangover because there's not usually on a Monday. It's really busy. It's really busy on a Monday. Well, you know what? Could be because Super Bowl Sunday was just too much for everybody. Bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Weekly chart. We put this weekly chart out on October 10th, and we just completed another week down. The lowest weekly candle close going back to October 2024. So we just had the lowest weekly candle close, still trending downward. You can see the trending dots are still trending downward on the weekly chart. So this does not show wicks. So of course that could have been wick lower, right? Pump back up, come back down. It just takes time for it to play out. And it seems like it's ahead of schedule of this fractal. We never expect the fractal to be exact. We never expect the price action to be exactly the same as it once was before. It's purely to look at it from an idea standpoint of what is possible. And sometimes the fractal is eerily similar, but we never expect it to be exact. So, but this big move down on this fractal here, then we saw kind of price pump back up, and then the next week came back down. So maybe this week has, you know, The next week or two, consolidates, lets the trading dots catch up a little bit more. And then we see the next month or so, price come back down, hit the 200-week moving average, maybe by the end of this month, right? Come in and hit target 4. And in the past, in 2022, price did come back down and hit target 5. So there we go. And if you had sold at 94,000 as an example, and price did go down to $40,000, then you would have flipped one Bitcoin into 2 point something Bitcoin, right? That's the whole purpose. One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. But let's be honest. Everybody who has Bitcoin wants more Bitcoin. So if we're being honest, one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, but who cares? Don't you want 1.1 Bitcoin, 1.5 Bitcoin, 2.0 Bitcoin, right? So now my mom went from, what's she? She's going to be able to, she started with $3,500 cash. And now she's sitting in 12,500 cash, collecting interest. And she's going to be able to triple, if not quadruple, her Bitcoin, or 3.5 times her Bitcoin, right? So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Potentially. Sold 12,500, went to cash, and here we are, right? Already able to buy more Bitcoin. So that's where we're at. Now, the one thing that we do keep talking about on every single live stream is that the one time that it could be different is if we go through that longer term or a bigger stock market crash, right? So if the indices are going through a much bigger crash like .com or 2008, we don't know if it will, but if it does, then we could see much lower prices, right? So it's not part of my main thesis yet, but if we start losing target 5, then we have to really start to dive in deeper on that. So I'm going to stay neutral on this thesis first. I'm going to stick with this thesis first. And then if either we're getting bullish divergence and the ship is turning around, or it's not turning around and we continue to go lower. So that's what we're going to be keep an eye on over and over and over again. So I'm optimistic. I just also am aware that Bitcoin has never experienced a bigger market crash. And we've got new players in the game. We got ETFs, right? We've got we still have futures, obviously. And we've got Bitcoin versus gold doing things we've never seen before, right? In the history of Bitcoin, we've never seen a downward sloping 200-week moving average on Bitcoin versus gold. That's not bullish. That's not good. So that's different. So we're gonna stay neutral, and we're gonna just see it how we see it, right? No hopium, no copium. Just look at the chart of what we're seeing as it is. And we talked about from the bottom to the bottom, 48 months. Bottom to bottom, 47 months. Is it possible we go from bottom to bottom 46 months? It's possible, but we don't know 100% certainty. We do know this never happened before of Bitcoin versus gold going down to these low levels of 35. What is it right now? the 35.5. That's the lowest monthly RSI ever against gold. And it broke this 11-year downward trend line. It went below here, but then quickly regained it. This is the two, three, fourth month below it now. It's never happened before. Well, 1, 2, yeah, 2 months. 1 month, got back above. 2 months, got back above. Now is the fourth month. It's a long month too. So that's another chalk up another negative. That's another negative. So let's see. Should we draw a line like this too? It's below that line too, as of right now. So let's see if we draw this a little bit better. Right? So you got a new downward trend line as well, going back from 2019. So 7-year downward trend line. Touch, touch. We're below that one too. That's not bullish. Just because it's the lowest ever doesn't mean it's bullish. If it's the lowest ever, it means it could be bearish and price could eventually catch up, which means further downside. This is Bitcoin versus gold. You don't want to see this also happen on Bitcoin versus the dollar, right? You also don't want to see it on Bitcoin versus the dollar. So that would be crazy. That'd be epic. Right? Whew, we're going to be there for it. We're going to be there. Stay tuned. We're going to be there for it. We'll be there for it. Bitcoin. See, here's the thing. It's already down like 70%. And I'm not trying to pick on you. This is just what I noticed over the years, and I always talk about this. After an asset is already down 70%, I become less and less and less confident to short. I'm more confident at the top, 3/4 of the top, halfway of the top, or halfway at the bottom, whichever you want to look at it. But the lower it goes, the less confident I am to short. But this is very typical, like, retail, emotions, FOMO, fear of missing out, all that stuff. It's like, and I don't know your situation whatsoever, and you might have been shorting the top already, but most people want to buy the top and then most people want to short the bottom. So, when I was talking about it, going to like the 200-week moving average and stuff, and below 300, below 200, below 100, and I think it hit 105. Everyone was still bullish, right? Those are times that I'm more confident to short it, but we can take a look at it. So it's a monthly, right? It's just going to take time. It's bearish. What else? Let's go to the weekly chart on XRP. We had the magnet for the 200-week moving average, and it was tagged, right? Or very close to it. If you zoom in, it'll look like it was tagged in hindsight, but basically it was tagged 111, right? Now it's at like 111. So very, very close to it. But we talked about it back here when the weekly chart started to Vinette, we talked about you on the live stream the last couple of days. Do Did you close out those IBIT puts or are you still holding? And I was trying to calculate, were you up like 2,000% or more? Give us an update on the IBIT puts. So when the weekly chart was starting to close below this pivot point over here, it enhanced or nice. Oh, that's it? Oh, I thought it was like 2,000%. Because we're gonna look at it, but I thought it was like 2,000%. So, anyways, the probabilities continue to increase after that weekly close on XRP. Ethereum took out this pivot point over here, hit the 200-week moving average. Also, downward sloping 200-week moving average. That's not bullish, Tom. Tom, that's not bullish. Okay, well, realized gains is better than unrealized, but that's not bullish. Downward sloping 200-week moving average is not bullish. We don't have one on Bitcoin versus the dollar yet, but we do have Bitcoin versus the gold right now, downward sloping. That's not good. Chainlink, downward sloping 200-week moving average since July 2024, right? Still downward sloping. Cardano, downward sloping since December 2024. That's not bullish, right? It's in a bear market. Downward sloping 200-week moving average. Downward sloping 200-week moving average. H bar, downward sloping. XLM, back below. Near. Took out this pivot point over here. MicroStrategy. Let's get on the weekly chart. We talked about MicroStrategy over here. Once we started getting weekly candle closes below this pivot point, the probabilities continued to increase even more that we were going to hit the 200-week moving average. You can see it got very close and still took time to bleed lower, and then came all the way down to 105, right? So this Adam and Eve double top pattern still come down here. So there was a bearish engulfing candle, a lower high. Shorting up here to down here is, I'm much more confident. A nice relief rally. Obviously, I'd be on the daily chart. And it starts to roll over. I'm way more confident to short up here. Sell signal on the weekly chart. Bearish engulfing candle. I'm way more confident to short up here. Now that it's down, can you short it? Sure, of course you can. But now that it's down, that it dropped 81%, I'm a lot less confident to short here. Just as I would be a lot less confident buying up here. I'm more confident buying down here. I'm more confident buying down here and sell into FOMO. But many people want to start buying up here because they missed out. And you may or may not have shorted up here. I don't know your situation, but many people want to start shorting down here. Oh, let me get in on the short. Everyone's shorting. Short. Can we just get to 150 and then short it again? Yeah, could come back up, test it, finish out down here 80, and that could still be a very good short, right? Could be, right? But like I said, I'm less confident to do so down here. Comes back up, retests trailing dots, comes down, right? And short 35%. You might get a couple more 20 to 30% shorts, right? You might get another 20 to 30%. You might get another 10 to 15%, right? But as it's going through the bottoming phase, right, I'm getting less and less confident. So it's possible you still get another good short in, maybe 2 more, maybe 3, maybe 4, but lesser, and then looking to buy the right dip, right? Versus back here, breaking down 50%, right? 50%, 37%, right? So it's not that you can't do it. It just means that I'm becoming less and less confident after 81% correction. So 81%. And many people were still bullish on Bitcoin going to 250,000 when I said the canary in the coal mine, MicroStrategy is in a bear market, and you still think Bitcoin's going to $250,000? And I said, that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. IBIT. I gotta check out IBIT. Dollar. Right on track. However it plays out, we could see a possible breakout. Maybe. Where's IBIT? I think it was down. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I don't know how Vinet that would have been like 2,000%. Because if you look at a 20% move, a 30% move down to the gap that was filled that I laid out, since you asked me about it, right? Those both gaps were filled. So for 200%, I feel like you got out up here. Where'd you get out at? What was your get out price? Be honest. 200%. Sometimes the trade is better to push it versus getting to a whole new one. No? What was the price? Okay, but what was the IBIT price? $40? 42? Seems like the percentage would have been a lot higher, but maybe not. Maybe the pricing and the fills weren't very good. But either way, 200%, you still got to pat yourself on the back. If you got out at like $42 or $44 or lower, then that's, oh yeah, okay. All right. Bravo. That's good. So if you got out like say 30%, but it was at 42, yeah, that's good. Yep. I can't believe that was only 200%. So the fills on that weren't that good then, I don't think. Because the chart was, everything was good, but the pricing wasn't good. Yeah, possibly. So anyways, let's keep going. I have the USD ZAR. Let's switch gears over to Magnificent 7. PLTR. catching a bounce after hitting the target. Nvidia bouncing hard. Major gap. Meta. Microsoft. Tesla. TQQQQQQQ. Letting the trending dots catch up. This is a big move down. So there's volatility right now. Tesla, UNH, QQQ. Let the trending dots catch up. NASDAQ, futures. Retested target 1. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Google. SPY. Amazon. Whew, that was a massive drop. That was a massive drop. It was like 19%. 22%. Wow. 22% drop on Amazon in a short period of time. Dollar. Covered that one already. SMCI. Bum, 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 bum. Apple. ANF. That's about it there. Sniper top 40. Anything else? Gold. What's gold doing? The higher time frames on gold are still ultra bullish. So, like I said, some were talking about shorting it. Me personally, I would not be shorting gold. The higher time frames are still ultra bullish. And it's still currently by the dip season, right? So I still wouldn't be, obviously I don't give advice, but still seems like it's by the dip season, right? Just as it was back here, many were calling the top over here. I said, I don't know. I think at least we see bearish divergence and a higher high made, right? And then price went off all the way up to $5,600 per ounce, right? So it's possible this fractal is just taken from this fractal as an idea. We don't know if it's going to do that or not, but it's just an idea because the higher time frames are ultra bullish. And so it's possible it creeps up higher. Obviously, maybe it's only like this, right? Like that, or actually puts in a lower high, right? We don't know yet. So, but it's ultra bullish on the higher time frames. So I wouldn't be touching that with a short personally. Silver, huge move to the downside. Looks a little bit different than gold. Massive drop. 47%. So That's cautious there. Um, weekly chart. Let's see. Weekly chart looks a little bit different. Had a bearish engulfing candle. Did come back, retest the trailing dots, but it's pushing back up higher. So still currently bullish. Still currently above the trailing dots. 2-week chart, still ultra bullish, letting the trailing dots catch up. 3-week chart, still bullish, letting the trailing dots catch up. Monthly chart, still ultra bullish, letting the trailing dots catch up. So, I personally wouldn't be shorting that. To each their own, though. To each their own. Whatever you're into. Platinum. Bearish divergence. Breakdown. Big drop. 37% drop. Oh, that's 1 hour chart. Why am I on the 1 hour chart, Jesse? Come on. We kind of mapped this out already. If it's going to remain in a buy the dip scenario, right? The breakout, bearish divergence, however the price action plays out, may need to consolidate for a bit. Maybe it doesn't consolidate that long. I don't know. But the idea is whether it's over here or here, right? That's what would be more of like a buy the dip scenario. April. Yeah, maybe something like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Palladium, similar thoughts. Uranium, similar. Copper, similar. And that's about it. Let's look at some of the chart requests and then we get rocking and rolling. What else? Track. Let's see if I can find it. Track. Origin Trail. Yeah, looks like all the other altcoins, to be honest, right? Bear market since November 2021. Looks like a pump and dump. So at least on this exchange, pump and dump. Bear market ever since. So can't really add too much more value than that. Pump and dump. And now you got the below the 200, downward sloping, all that stuff. So daily chart. Yep. It's just bearish. So which one did you want? Hymns? Okay. Hymns. Wow. 17 RSI. Woo. Ultra bearish. Weekly chart. Bearish divergence on the weekly chart. Lower high, bearish engulfing, drop, lower high, bearish engulfing, drop all the way down the 200-week moving average. So it's in a bear market. $72. 77% drop so far, lasting almost 1 year. That is, by any definition, a bear market. Now it's back below the 200. Trending dots are trending lower. 3-week chart, bearish. Monthly chart, bearish. So DCA levels, I mean, that's up to you. I would rather wait for a higher probability of a reversal, but historically, baseline. Historically, I don't know if you can see this. Dollar cost averaging, say below the 200-week moving average, has been historically a good time to DCA, and it's currently below the 200-week moving average, but doesn't mean it couldn't drop a lot lower, right? So if that's the 200, could drop another 60, 70%. So that's why I don't DCA. Because it's always a possibility that it could go much lower. And then you're stuck down there for how long with your position upside down. So, I mean, that's up to you. That's your choice. But DCing below the 200 is obviously better than buying the top, right? But or DCing all the way down. So, but what if it remains in a bear market for 5 years or 6 years? Like it's been 1 year or 4 years, right? I've seen many companies go into a bear market for 4, 5, 6, 20 years. So for me, it's like momentum is to the downside. I'm not really interested in it, right? So below the 200 though, historically good time to DCA. It's just, what if it drops another 67% or it stays below the 200 for 2, 3, 4 years, right? So those are my overall thoughts. Yep. 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 I think I did ZAR USD, right? It's different. Or did I do it right? USD ZAR. Okay. Yeah. Let's get back on candles. Let's go to the daily chart. So what was the plan? You don't have to try to say that I'm not sure if you're saying that, but you don't have to try to say that for me to chart your request. I'm charting the request for free. So you don't have to, like someone was talking about, oh, can I do it Monday? Can I do it Monday? And then it's Monday and it's like, oh, I'm going to do it next month. I'm going to do it next month. And I don't know if that was you or not, but you don't have to say that for me to chart your requests. I'm charting requests for free anyways. So already mapped this out for you. You already had me do it. So it's still the similar thoughts. That's about it. Nothing has changed really. However, the price action plays out, if it happens faster or longer, it's bearish on the higher time frames. Bearish. Ultra bearish. 3-week chart, ultra bearish. Monthly chart, bearish. So it's just bearish. app. Let's look at app. I feel like it's so quiet in here. Let's throw in a little bit of music. A more clear, like, short the bounce, right? In a downtrend, you short the bounce. On an uptrend, you buy the dip, right? So I'm breaking down from the trailing dots, rejected, breaking down from the trailing dots, didn't even quite make it to the trailing dots, and now it's coming back to the trailing dots. So that was 1, 2, 3 clean entries. So maybe it rallies. Right? Maybe just take some time first. I mean, we don't know how it's going to play out, but it's possible. %. It's kind of an idea. So if there's not a clear and easy entry, then maybe just go look for a new one, right? But if something like this were to set up and then it was looking like another lower high and it consolidated, then maybe you attack it to the downside, right? And then even a higher probability is down over here. So train dots would be like smoothing out, however it is, right? So there's that. What else? What else? What else? What's the symbol? I know it's crypto, but what's the symbol and all that? Yeah, make sure to put in all the details. Jose, good morning. Good afternoon. What's up, Jose? Okay. Okay. Oracle. Oh, I keep doing that. Let me get off the cursor. Let me get back on the cursor. Yeah, it came back, tagged the 200-week moving average. Yep, still in a downtrend on the daily chart. Still a downtrend on the weekly chart. Three-week chart. Monthly chart. It's just, no matter which way you look at it, it's a downtrend right now. Maybe there could be a bounce, right? Maybe there could be a bounce, a larger bounce, but right now, everything is trending against it right now, Jose. Piensas? I don't know what that means. What does piensas mean? Should I look it up? What else? Oh, I do have hyper. That's, yeah, hyperliquid. Oh. Ah, thank you. Thank you for clarifying. I'm gonna have to ask my nanny. She's gonna make fun of me for my pronunciation, though. I'll hold up 2 items and I'll say, "¿Qué piensas?" What do you think? I go, all right, this. ¿Qué piensas? Hold up 2 different fruits. See what she says. She'll probably go, ay Dios míos. Ay Dios míos. She gets a kick out of me trying to speak Spanish. She's smart though. She's got obviously Spanish is her first language, English second language, and she knows sign language. So she's teaching my daughter all that. Ay Dios míos. Sorry, my Spanish is not good. Yep. Yeah, I know. I love that the nanny is teaching her Spanish, English, and sign language. It's awesome. Awesome. Hyperliquid. Bearish divergence. So I had the bullish divergence. That bullish divergence is cleared. Now you got bearish divergence. Right? You see it picked up here. So was that it? Was that the bounce? Was that the bounce? Was that the bounce? That might have been the bounce. Bullish divergence cleared, bearish divergence. Almost hit target 4. Consolidating in target 3 right now, which was support, is now resistance. I think that's about it. I think that's about it on this manic Monday. Yep, I think we're gonna call it here. Bitcoin's just kind of consolidating around. With that, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Have a good night. Have a good evening, and hopefully you had a good weekend, spending time with the friends and family, watching the Super Bowl, defensive battle, watching the Olympics. Love the Olympics. I love the Olympics. So I think I like the Summer Olympics a lot better, but I like the Winter Olympics too. So all of it. I don't really get curling, but for the most part, I could get into all the Olympics. So with that, hope you have a good rest of your day, and we will continue to sniper the markets together day by day. Every day that we're doing a live stream that the market is open, that we can do it. It's probably going to be like 250 live streams this year total. And we'll continue to do the best that we can do. Thank you for all of your support, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.